Hello everybody, welcome back to the Backbeat Pack Corner. Here we are with The Hell with Mary Ann. It's a bit of a long one, but it might go something like this. I was backwards going forwards, yeah, and why I didn't know. There were people thought me shy and others thought me slow. My father blamed my mother for rearing me a lazy sod, and she maintained the fault was theirs as all his carpet rod. Oh, why don't you go and get yourself a woman? Yeah, my daddy used to say. Oh, the last I had was 2 or 3 when I was at your age. Well, there's one wee tip I'll give you, and it worked for me when I was young. Yeah, if you're not in bed by 12 o'clock, then you'd be better off at home. Yeah, if you're not in bed by 12 o'clock, yeah, you'd be better off at home. Back then I had my eye on Mary Ann, yeah, for 3 long years or so. And the only thing that held me back was the few she might say no. Yeah, the problem was I turned her down, yeah, back in her younger days. It's not that she got better looking, it's just that now I'm not as hard to please. Well, if I told you Mary Ann was odd, yeah, sure I would be telling lies. Yeah, she once worked in a butcher shop, yeah, to keep away the flies. Now when it comes to looks, I did no longer give a damn. And you could say that's just as well if you saw the cup of Mary Ann. Yeah, and you'd say that's just as well if you saw the cup of Mary Ann. Well, from time to time I'd meet her, yeah, down around the shop. But I never had the courage yet to ask her to a hop. Yeah, she was cool with me since that time I turned her down. But when she got a bit of land, yeah, I had kinda changed my mind. Yeah, when she got a bit of land, I had kinda changed my mind. Well, I knowed an old matchmaker who was expert at this thing, who swore to me he had a plan and he told me get a ring. Then the macho then he said, if you follow my get a woman plan, yeah, within a week we'll have a rating from your hand. Yeah, within a week we'll have a rating from your hand. Well, the next time that you see her, you pay her lots of heed. Look closer what she's wearing, yes, see if there's anything she needs. Perhaps a scarf around her neck, or something for her hair. And if you like the plan, come back to me, yeah, and we'll take it on from there. And it was just 2 evenings later, yeah, I was milking in the byre, and I made my mind to go for it. Yeah, sure, God, he loves a trier. Sure, I wouldn't be any worse off if the airbag she said no. I just remind her I was right the first time I told her where to go. Yeah, the first time I told her where to go. And it was later in the week, yeah, I was going to have a pint, when who I saw but Mary Ann, yeah, her pedaling on her bike. Well, just when I was meeting her, A blast of wind did then erupt, and it nearly blew the tongue clean off her. Yeah, and I got the right look. Yeah, nearly blew the tongue clean off her, and I got the right look. Well, there wasn't much she needed, as far as I could see. All her bits and bobs were covered, yeah, from just above the knee. But suddenly then I spied on something she might love. Yeah, it was there right in front of me. Yeah, she wasn't wearing gloves. Yeah, there right in front of me, and she wasn't wearing gloves. Well, then I went to town on Thursday with no other reason than to buy a pair of gloves, it being the first part of the plan. I told my ma what I was doing, and could she recommend a kind? Says she, buy them for yourself, and don't be always wearing mine. Yeah, buy them for yourself, and don't be always wearing mine. And she said, I'll go with you, I might need to try them on. But it's not the way I planned it, but I thought I'd play along. She said, we'll go in the draper shop, and they'll help us with the picking. Cause she was in a state for bloomers, them being what the girls might call the girls. Yeah, in a state for bloomers, them being what the girls might call the girls. Well, when I went in the draper shop, I was completely mesmerised. Cause when the shopman asked me, I didn't know her size. I stood there like an idiot, me not knowing what to do. Just saying, God, you have me there, but she's about to seven in a shoe. Yeah, but she's about to seven in a shoe. Well, I bought a pair about her size, yeah, as far as I could tell. Yeah, a lovely pair of leather ones that had a gorgeous smell. Then I saw a pair of men's gloves sitting on the shelf. Yeah, and thinking what my man said, yeah, I bought a pair myself. Yeah, and thinking what my man said, yeah, I bought a pair myself. Well, then I got instructions what to do if they got soiled or wet. And will you remember, asked the draper, that I surely will now, don't you fret. Well, I then went over to my ma, who had her shopping done, and says I to ma, just shake herself, or me and the tractor will be gone. Yeah, shake herself, or me and the tractor will be gone. Well, when I got home I started thinking, yeah, what I'd say to Mary Ann. So I got the pen and paper and made a list like me arm. Well, I knew I would be nervous and leave out half what should be said, and it seemed to make more sense, yeah, to write a letter instead. Yeah, it seemed to make more sense to write a letter instead. Later on I washed and shaved so I'd be looking nice, and splashed on what was left from a bottle of our spice. Then I asked her, where's the shopping? And she said it's lying on the bed. So when picking up the gloves, yeah, I picked the bloomers up instead. Yeah, when picking up the gloves, I picked the bloomers up jumped up upon the tractor, got her started on the run. When I arrived at Mary Ann's, I could see she was alone. So I parked the tractor on the slope and I pointed her for home. Yeah, parked the tractor on the slope and I pointed her for home. Then I sort of sneaked up to the door and on it gently knocked. And when Mary Ann comes out, says I, Mary Ann, I'd like to talk. Here's a wee something I bought you in the draper's shop. And I handed her the present, yeah, with the letter on the top. Yeah, I handed her the present with the letter on the top. And she opened up the letter. I said, now hold on, Mary Ann. You open up the present first and I'll read to you the letter. Well, that plan was going perfect, so I thought I'd light a fag. Me feeling like a dog with two tails, not knowing which to wag. Yeah, feeling like a dog with two tails, and me not knowing which to wag. When she opened up the present, she was not at all pleased. The grin had been on her face before was quickly all erased. God, I thought she doesn't like the gloves, and I felt an awful dread. So says I, will I read the letter now? And she nodded yes, as if she said, well, I wrote you this wee letter, my dearest Mary Ann, to explain about the present, yeah, and I hope you'll understand. You see, the last time that I saw you, you hadn't any on, so I brought you these and hope you're pleased, and that they will keep you warm. Yeah, brought you these and hope you're pleased, that these will keep you warm. Now why I took this liberty, you're wondering, I suppose. Well, I seen your skin was turning blue when you're riding in the cold. Them outflies and midges and that east wind it can bite, and I could see you got the brunt of it when you're riding on your bike. Yeah, I could see you got the brunt of it when you're riding on your bike. I know I really liked them when I saw them on the shelf. In fact, indeed, so much I liked them that I bought a pair myself. You see, when it was cold, my mother's I would wear, but I thought that wasn't fair. Yeah, them being our only pair. Yeah, and I thought that wasn't fair. Yeah, them being our only pair. Now, if you should ever wet them, you might never can tell. You're not supposed to listen, they'll lose a lovely smell. If you ever dirty them, yeah, just rub them with a rag and blow in them from time to time as it helps them on the side. Yeah, blow into them from time to time as it helps them on the side. Now I don't know if you're superstitious, Mary Ann, but me myself I have to say, yeah, I'm a very superstitious man. So if you should ever drop them, which now and then I hope you do, it's bad luck picking up your own, so I'll pick them up for you. Yeah, bad luck picking up your own, so I'll pick them up for you. every time you put them on. I hope you're cozy as can be. Every time you take them off, yeah, I hope you'll think of me. You might find them tight at first, but that's because they're new. Don't worry, for when you're with me, I will pull them off for you. Yeah, for when you're with me, I will pull them off for you. Well, by now her face it was on fire, and I thought she'd blow a fuse. By the language out of her I had never heard a woman use. Yeah, F and B and hot BC were the nicer things she said, you see, as she coursed all my generations and ridiculed my pedigree. Yeah, she coursed all my generations and ridiculed my pedigree. But it was only then I saw the bloomers, and realising my mistake, I tried to explain about the mix-up, but it was an unforgiven plague. With every word that came from her voice was getting higher, and then she took the pair of bloomers, yeah, and flung them in the fire. Yeah, took the pair of bloomers and flung them in the fire. I'll get out of here, you dirty bird, yeah, before I call the law. And then she scattered me with a gallop to the jaw. I never saw it coming, it took me off my feet, and inevitably I lost my cap and my only two front teeth. Yeah, I lost my cap and only two front teeth. Well, I gathered up my odds and ends, and I made a quick retreat. Abuse still being hurled at me as I staggered over the street. She opened up the window and flung out my brand new cap, and saying, take that rag with you, and likewise take that little scrap. Yeah, take that rag with you, and likewise take that little scrap. Well, I freewheeled down the driveway, yeah, hopping off each ditch. My ears still a-throbbing from the language of the bitch. I was glad that I'd escaped her, I'll tell you that's no lie. I was near as close in all my life to being at the life. Yeah, near as close in all my life to being at the life. Well, I was sulking in at home for very many hours, thinking why the hell I didn't just bring a bunch of flowers. And to the matcher then I went, and I told him check his bloody plan.